like movies, and then everyone will recognize people 5 years from now. That's what's gonna happen.
I think, well, Clayton said it's hard to control. It's so much out of our control that the only thing we could do is, like, I went to community college, and all I did when I was there, I worked hard. And then I went to a 4-year college, and I went to UC Berkeley from community college, and I worked hard. And then after that, I became a comedian, and I worked hard at disappointing my parents, and I'm still working at it. So all you can do is work hard. That's all you can do.
It's true, there's a lot of things that are out of your control. There's a show that both Jonathan and I got to do some co-starring in with the potential of getting recurred, and then they canceled the show, the McCarthys. So, you know, people like us, we also lose out on those opportunities. So what it's taught me is don't wait around, start writing my own pilot so that all this amazing, beautiful new talent, we just keep creating the content for each other. Because How to Get Away with Murder and shows like that have taught me, right? From Shonda Land, right? We gotta do it ourselves.
Want to answer that question? Yeah, I'm gonna get on the 101, and then the 405 go. I actually do punch-up work for a cartoon called Bob's Burger. I do that. And I do stand-up all the time. But now I'm trying to, you know, create my own show and do all that good stuff. And I really support. I really like the fact that there's a lot of shows out there with diversity right now. And now's the time to get in. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Are we good?
Yeah, I think we pretty much answered the question, yeah. I mean, it's all about, like, this opportunity is such a great way to be exposed to so many people at once that you may not have met had you just moved here. So yeah, it's just maintaining that, being a kind person and being a likable person and not being difficult to work with which none of us are. And you know, that goes a long way.
Oh yes. You know, working hard and just keeping up your hard work no matter what, and hoping to just stay lucky. Stay lucky.
After the showcase, so my first train of action was to find Shonda Rhimes. I didn't for How to Get Away with Murder, but after I get my own spin-off Lockdown, then we'll go from there. A couple glasses / bottles of red wine, first thing. And then just to keep performing. I perform every Sunday, so I actually get very little of a break from sketch, but that's fun. And seeing these guys and loving on these guys, especially this one with the cute cheeks.
I, like John, and Mike, moved here from New York. I was in New York for 7 years. And so now I'm in this interesting place where I'm like trying to balance a career in New York and develop a career in LA. So there's a lot on my plate, but I'm super grateful for Rick and for CBS and for all of these people and the huge team of writers that we worked with for months. Because I went from literally knowing no one in LA to now having like an amazing family of very talented people. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, and you know, I do of course just Oxnard, but I'm also doing a celebrity golf tournament coming up for El Concilio, and it's going to be in August. So celebrity. So if you like to golf or you like to have a good time, come on out and support because it goes to charity. It's really important. That's my next big thing I'll be doing. And I've been writing on East Los High. So if you guys like that show, East Los High. And actually, they wanted to give Poonam a job, so they wanted the caster to call me and said, "Will you tell Poonam March 5th if she wants to do it, there's a role for her." So I'm telling you, official. So now you know. But what's great about it is East Los High wants to hire all the guys they saw in the showcase. They're like, "Your cast is incredible. We want to get these guys work," and that's how it happens. Work begets work. So the more you work, the more you get to meet people, and that's how it happens. Because normally Hollywood has been traditionally very, you know, not diverse. And part of the problem is people behind the scenes people hire who they know. So if you know diverse people, you end up hiring them. And that's a big part of what this program does. And that's what Oxnard is doing with our program here, because we're really reaching out to the Latino community, which is huge in Oxnard. And you should have this performing arts, and you should have it here, because it's so important for our culture. One last question. Yes.
Yeah, first of all, the program was really great. I was here last week and I was thinking LGBTQ diversity, so
Yes.
it's a different thing that I thought I would see tonight. But all these people are in this program and you're reaching out to the audience here, the Latinos. How do the Latinos go into this program? How did these people get into this program?
Well, for the CBS, it's a really hard program to get into. And part of the thing is, there's 4,000 people apply, 2,500 audition, and we narrow it down to a very small group. And they're from all over the country and the world in many respects. The program here is reaching out to this community, but it will open up to, of course, the rest of the world. And it's very particularly Latino, but it's open to everyone else as well. So it really provides that. So we're starting classes in the fall, hopefully, and I'll be teaching some of them. Hopefully. I still have to get through a thing called equivalency. So I may not be approved to teach at Oxnard. So if it doesn't happen, I expect everyone to riot, okay? Tear this place up, I don't know. Yes. Eric? Oh, I want to thank Eric. Eric put this, yes, his man back there. Stand up, Eric. He was my head writer at CBS. He was instrumental here, and Rafael Augustine, who works closely with me here as well. It's definitely not just me. It is a lot of people put this together, and we need you to go out and tell as many people as you can that this program's here. We're gonna stay here, and we're gonna keep going, putting up good programming that we can all be very proud of. One last question. Does someone have a hand up? Or yes?
You know, just watching you guys, as good as you are in the beginning stages, and now I'm just thinking about all these shows that come on, like the Oscars are coming and so forth and so on. So getting to the top of your area someday, who do you have to know, and how does that happen? I mean, everybody seems to be talking about luck. Luck. And because of our numbers in the high rank and movies and everything else, it just seems like it gets to a certain point, and then we just can't get by that. Any concept of that?
That's a real good. Anyone have an answer? I'll give one, but I want to have the cast give one.
I thought you were the guy to know.
Yeah. You made a big mistake there. Anyone?
It's like that quote, I think it's, what, luck is opportunity meeting preparation. So I think, yeah, at the end of the day, sometimes like the time and place and the role and the type that's needed is perfect for you. But if you're not ready for it and you're not like prepping for it, then it kind of doesn't matter. So you can't, like, yes, in a certain way, we do kind of have to wait till that perfect role for us opens up. But in the meantime, like, going out for literally everything you can, and not thinking you're too good enough for any role, and working hard and working on your craft and collaborating with other people and learning from other people through classes and workshops and just kind of networking.
Yeah, I mean, like, answering that question about the Academy, I got an email from Congressman Tony Cardenas. He's sending a letter to the Academy saying, what's with this dismal, diversity that you have here in the Academy? Of all the actors nominated, not a single actor of color. And that's pretty amazing. And you see it because almost 95% of the Academy, the ones that choose the Oscars, are white. 95%, some huge number. It's like a country club in 1950s. That's the number it has. So a big part of it is changing that by creating writers and opportunity, and creating what I call people that stand behind you on just making a better art, which is diverse, and it's truthful of what they see. So that starts with programs like here that can send out actors and people. They can really change that. That's why this is so important, because if people see Latinos, just Latinos, I'm not talking to the other groups of LGBT and other groups that people look at, and if you say the word apple, you may see a red apple or a green apple depending on your experience of apples, but if you say diverse or minority or Latino, what do you see? And what is portrayed in the media is some pretty horrible images of ourselves. Something like, I think there was Hill and Knowlton did a survey and they found out that, actually it was 60% of Americans think that most Latinos are involved in drugs. 60%. So that means, where'd they get that? They watch TV and they see us on the bridge, they see us in these other shows, and they start to imagine that's who we are. And so that's what has to change. when you start to see our images of who we are. Not to say that we're not involved in drugs or anything like that. We're not perfect, no one is. But when it becomes, you don't call the Latino doctor, you have the drug lord, and that is constantly put out there. Eventually you start to see Latinos that way, or African Americans that way, and that's what has to change. So it has to change from within. And programs like Oxnard and what you're doing changes it. That's why I think it's important. I started off my career playing some pretty bad, violent criminals. The truth is, I was never in a street gang. I tried to make it hard. I failed the written test. I didn't know what colors to wear in the winter, so I missed out. But that's really the case. So it has to come from within. Anyone else have something to say? Nailed it? Oh, thank God. Okay, that was a lot of pressure. I just want to thank this cast, all these people. I mean, all these guys. I gotta tell you, I have grown. I'm like a dad, but forgetful with names and stuff like that. I have like, you know, Chicano Alzheimer's. I forget everything but a grudge, so I get messed up. But working with this cast and these people, I have to say, are truly some of the nicest, kindest, most talented people, and I'm humbled when I work with them. I'm very humbled to work with these guys. That's how much I believe in them. And the people, you know, Jamila, Dr. Moore, Bernardo, all the people who have put this together, thank you all. And good night.